My name is Toby Edler. I work with GSA's Office of Citizen Services and Communications, and some of the people that I work with there are Bev Godwin, who did an internship at the White House, their Office of New Media, and Sheila Campbell, who runs webcontent.gov. I work with the USA.gov folks, and we have done a lot of work in the area of public dialogues. So go ahead to the next slide. The good news is we have support from the White House, so that's good news. You know, the White House is supporting this. We're operating under the premise that where collaboration is concerned in the government, two heads are actually better than one. The big question right now is how do we get everyone involved? How do we sift through the mega comments that come in when you do a public dialogue to understand really what the citizens are telling us? How do we create a place for people to engage? And then how do we make them want to participate and make it easy for them to do so if they want to? And we found that basically one size does not fit all. Next slide, please. Looking at the UK, one of the first services that they launched in 2006 was the e-petitions part of the Number 10 website, which number10.gov.uk is the official website of the UK Prime Minister's office, and it refers to its address at 10 Downing Street in London. This was seen as shockingly novel at the time in 2006, and it was pushed by a combination of leadership, bold leadership, and a communications and development team that was fostering innovation. It quickly established itself as a debate within the UK because people did not, you know, they wanted to be on both sides of everything. And it has now, it has nearly 10 million signatures on more than 25,000 petitions on a wide range of subjects. Next, please. We found through observation and partnering with the National Academy of Public Administration that dialogues themselves build communities, which is good for, you know, collaboration and opening up government. Once you've identified a specific problem and then open it up for suggestions, a community will most likely form, and tools will be needed to foster solutions. Voting tools, prioritizing tools, and collaboration tools are needed at a minimum. Next, please. Our culture right now of instant everything, instant gratification can really make it hard to see the difference between innovation and transformation. Real change happens not at the speed of a website launch or on an election night, but it's organic and it happens at an often maddening, slow pace because we have to change institutions and we have to change individuals. We can turn that optimism into actual operational change, but we have to remember, you know, it took 20 to 30 years for the internet itself to evolve from a small government project into the ecosystem that we now know today that has permanently transformed public life. So this is not going to happen instantly. Next, please. To date, the Obama administration has used IT to enable civic engagement and foster transparency in 3 ways. The virtual town square or the virtual town hall, some people call it a think tank or task forces. It's the crowdsourcing model. Basically engages a large number of people in the public to deliberate. This also is being labeled as the idea jam. You may have heard of it called the idea jam. This software-driven process allows people to provide ideas, review, and comment on the ideas of others, and vote ideas up or down, thus creating a group of ranking of the ideas. The second model is what we call the virtual front porch, which engages individuals in neighborhoods in public discussion. The outcome of this software-driven process is a face-to-face meeting among people in small geographical locations, typically around a zip code. And the third model is that of electronic petitions, which we talked about at the UK, websites that enable users to create, circulate, and sign a petition for issues that interest them. Next, please. Next. Next. Okay. In South America, oh, one more. Yes. In South America, finding greater participation, they're finding greater participation with online voting than they are with anything else, and we do have that problem here, it seems, in the U.S., especially on the state and local levels. So city officials found, that during their budget process, when they've met face-to-face with 40 people in La Plata to deliberate and have meetings with citizens, they actually allowed the citizens to allocate 30% of the city's budget and then provide recommendations on what to do with the remaining 70%. In the second phase, they allowed people to vote. Among the options, they allowed people to vote using paper, electronically, and text messaging. The response in voting alone increased 9-fold when they opened that up to just, aside from just voting in person. So that's one place. Next, please. In Massachusetts, you may have known that PDAs are big. They're arming their neighborhoods and groups with handheld computers and digital cameras. On the weekends, they kind of roam the streets in their neighborhoods. They travel in groups of 3 or 4 citizens, and they basically look for potholes, buckling sidewalks, derelict vehicles, weed-strewn parking lots, illegal garbage dumps, and down stop signs. And they're able to take pictures, use the PDA to log in the location, and they're seeing that they can actually get stuff done by using that technology. Next, please. Last, I'll talk about Ohio's redistricting program. In March of 2009, a partnership and organizations of individuals and everybody got together and announced that they were going to do a competition around Ohio's redistricting. And so the results show that even the lowest scoring entry in the contest actually made more sense or was more competitive, more evenly split, and more fair than the actual rezoning plan that was used in the year of 2000. And so you can actually use a lot of collaboration tools and do public dialogues to make changes, concrete changes. Next, please. Being open and collaborative in government can work. It can work well in government to use collaboration. That's basically the moral of the story. At GSA, we have many strategies and tactics that we have used to drive this culture of change, and I look forward to seeing you around and talking about it. Thank you.